couple of seconds.
Hello,
For
hello.
the session
No, that's the wrong one. There we go.
So welcome
Briefing
everyone
is
to
running
round
right now,
3 of the
so
sprint series.
don't be confused by
OOR
the divine voice in the
at
background.
Misano. We have an evening, or rather night race, probably for most of the race tonight. 1.5 hours.
Also,
so our
Mojo.
mini enduro format.
Happy to have you here.
This time I'll also check the server settings, so no mandatory pit stop. So it should be all set for your strategies, however you want to play it.
Nice
I'll
shirt,
give you some
brother.
info about
Thank
the
you.
qualifying session now. We have a
Happy to
standard
be here.
15-minute
Awesome.
qualifying sessions.
Going into quali in a
all
second.
sprint races.
And then, unfortunately, it's gonna be a
Just
long
again,
race.
a reminder of our qualifying
So,
rules. Track ownership.
I'm not gonna
rules,
be
so,
online
Temper
on this
cars
card early
on a
today.
valid hot lap has
we'll see.
their piece of track to themselves. So no
Friedrichsen.
overtaking
Look at that. 8 tenths
anyone
of me.
on a valid
Fast
hot
no
lap.
nuts.
No racing and qualifying. If you haven't validated your lap or you're on your out lap, please make sure to have a look at your track map and give up the position immediately to any cars on a hot lap coming from behind.
You can see it here, 15-minute quali, which starts right now, and then 1 hour and 30 of a race.
I think with 17 cars on track tonight, there should be plenty of space for everyone. You don't have to rush out of the pits all at once. There's 15 minutes, so should be plenty of time.
Okay, come on. I am gonna rush out of the pits.
Again, during the qualifying sessions and race sessions, please no use of voice chat or in-game chat, except for calling out your car number in case of incidents.
Awesome.
And just maybe clarification, because maybe I didn't explain myself well last time. Only call out your car number if you're involved in an incident with another car. So if you spin on your own, you hit the wall or whatever, any reason, there's no other car involved, so there's nothing for the stewards to really look at. There's no need to call out your car number. Anything that's called out will be looked at by the stewards. Obviously, as you may have noticed, last race we had plenty of incidents, especially in the first half of the race, so we couldn't get through all of them. We hope that with a smaller number of cars on the track tonight and a longer race, that you will have plenty of space to race and hopefully less incidents during this race. Make sure to take it easy. You don't want to be spending half of the race racing alone or losing track of the pack due to incidents, so just be mindful of that.
It's gonna be a tough one with track limits. 90 minutes, no track limit drive-throughs, not a lot of practice. We'll see. It's gonna be dark as well. Only qualifying is in the day.
One thing I forgot to mention, number 14, it was posted in chat, you have a quali ban, so please make sure you return to the pits before you set a valid lap, otherwise I will just DQ you for the rest of the session. You will still be able to start the race normally. Sorry for that, I forgot about it.
Alright, so far not fast, but it's a banker lap anyway. That's the important stuff. I hope this guy doesn't get in my way. Sun is a little confusing, especially into this corner, hard to see my braking points. Thank you for actually moving out of the way. Because it was on an outlap. Very 3-4, not a terrible start. There we go. Much better first sector.
Thank you.
Let's bring it home. The goal was a 32, so let's see if this is gonna be it. Barely, but it's a 32. But there's more in there. Although the car does feel a little slidier than I'm used to. That's gonna be, yep. Got one more on this fuel tank. I think we're fast enough anyway already. Oh, is that intentional? I think so. Okay, we took it out of hair, sped up a little. Still 1.2 off, which is good to see. Would it be weather changes at the race? That is likely. Well, not likely, but very possible. Look at him. Knowing what we're gonna see today, or what we're gonna have to watch out for today. Because that is something that has been in the back of our minds. We've seen in one of the other groups, in one of the Australian groups, I think, for this league, we've seen a lot of rain. So we shall see if there's going to be rain in this one as well. So far I'm liking the dry, but the Honda isn't bad in the wet either. Meek, welcome. How are you doing? Oh, whoa. Well, that's that lap gone. That was interesting. The rear's locked up. I think I'm going back to the pits. Getting myself a fresh set of tires. I'm going down one click each on the front. And then I'm going up one click on the ABS. You got a direct drive wheel! Look at this, man. Alright. Better equipped than me now. SimMagic Alpha Mini. I don't know much about that. I've heard about SimMagic, but I am an amateur when it comes to that, so let me know how it goes. And congrats and have fun with it and, you know, all that stuff. It's awesome to hear. Alright. ABS 4 this time. Let's see how that goes. It's a Saurus Frag. The hands themselves? So do you not wear gloves, or is it more the wrists? Because that is what I had to deal with when, you know, switching to my belt drive. And still have to deal with at times when I have like an endurance race and have to do stints upon stints on one day. Wrist and elbow, forearms, neck? Neck? What does that mean? Are you gonna be going... Shoulders, yeah, shoulders. Fair enough, for sure. Fair enough, I can understand that. Fight of the G-Force, hell yeah. Alright, well, I'm looking forward to seeing you with it at some point. Whoa, oh no, Vinogradov, you... Ah, you sandbagging bastard. Only 1/10 off of me now, interesting. Was not expecting that. Man, okay. This first lap is done, the tires aren't really up to temperature either. Oh, this is gonna be ass. I don't like Vinogradov being that close to me. Not only because there's a chance he still can jump me in quali. And there's also a chance, I mean a very good chance, that he's gonna be faster than me in the race, because historically I've been, in the Honda, I've been better in quali than in the race. Well, Honda is also not good on tires. Porsche is definitely better. Porsche is overall a better car on this track, so yeah, I don't like that. But I can improve a little bit and at least secure myself P1. Still yet to get into the 32s, I mean, no problem with that. I'm barely in the 32s as it is. I hope I can get a little bit deeper into them, but we'll see. Even low 33s, alright. Now let me concentrate for just a little bit. Car doesn't feel great, I don't know why. I mean, I've still got 2 laps in it, but... We'll see if the tires get a little older, if that helps. Let's make sure I have enough space. Told you, it does not feel good. And now look at the understeer. Interesting. Terribly slow exit here. Well, we get one more. car is a lot easier to drive on the race setup than in quali, I'll tell you that. Okay, final one. Let's see if we can't improve just a little bit at least. I don't know why I lose so much in the second half of that sector, but at least I'm more or less even. I can squeeze out a little bit from the fast right-hander at the end of this straight. In quotes. That's nothing. No improvement. Interesting. It's still P1, but I'm not happy with that. With that quali. Alright.
Okay,
well,
everyone. Great
now
qualifying
things
session.
are different.
Close at the top and very close in the midfield as well. So, again, quick reminder of the race format. 90-minute race coming up. No mandatory pit stop. But refueling allowed and tire change obviously allowed too. So while you're in your setup screen, please don't forget to set your telemetry laps to 99, just in case we ask you to hand in your Motec data after the race in the Discord.
Okay.
Again, we have a safety car tonight, so at the start of the race session, once the timer ticks down, please wait for the safety car to pass through the field. And then
as you can see, it's cold,
follow it in
things are going to be different
for a full formation lap.
Very different conditions.
And then just wait for my call to go double file near the beginning of sector 3.
I didn't
Please
practice any
remember
starts
which
yet.
side you're on,
bit
which car you're behind.
So I'm not going to do the Honda start.
Car 14, due to the quali ban, you'll be starting obviously not behind the safety car, you'll be starting in P17.
Alright.
So you would have to move over to the right side. You would be starting behind car 75, the Audi, on the right hand side. So we have odd numbers on the right, evens on the left, just keep that in mind. Quick reminder also of what to do in case there is an incident during the race. Remember to hold your brakes once your car is out of control.
Listen to the man. Hold your brakes.
Please be very careful with your rejoins. We had a couple of spicy situations last week as well with less than clean rejoins, let's put it like that. So just make sure you have your track map up, you see your deltas, and only rejoin when it's perfectly safe to do so, off the racing line and ideally not perpendicular to the track. So just keep that in mind, especially during the start of the race when there's still plenty of cars coming around. You might have to wait a little longer, but that's racing.
Pressure should be perfect.
Again, if any incidents between two cars happen, or multiple cars, hopefully not, happen during the race, just call out your own car number, and stewards will take note and have a look at all incidents. Now please don't forget to hit the drive button, otherwise you will start from the pits. And again, wait for the safety car to pass through the field and lead you on the formation lap.
Solid work from Fredriksen, by the way, in P3 as well. Rumbaut's only down in P6. Maybe the Honda is kinda ass here, who knows? Certainly feels like the Porsche is a lot stronger.
Going single file.
You are allowed to warm your brakes and tires during the formation lap. Just be careful to not spin out or anything due to weaving. In case there is a really big incident, which we don't hope, during the start phase of the race, there will be a safety car call, so just listen for my calls. And be aware that in case of a safety car during the race, you will not be ghosted. So please be extra careful with slowing down, weaving, maintain a good gap to the car ahead. Obviously, since we have no mandatory pit stops, you are free to pit under a safety car as well. You're free to pit at any point of the race. Just be aware that the safety car does not have to necessarily wait for you to finish your repairs or whatever. So just be careful, everyone. It's a long race. Don't throw it away on lap 1. Quick reminder of the start rules. So start rules is 80 kilometers per hour is the speed limit. And make sure you bunch up nicely, maintain a very close gap to the car behind, so you can, or ideally should be, within less than a car length of the car ahead. So on your screen, basically try and blend into the bumper of the rear bumper of the car ahead. You're still ghosted, so once I call for double file, just get as close as possible to the car ahead. Okay, drivers, double file, double file. Again, odds on the right hand side, evens on the left hand side. Bunch up nicely, close your gaps now while you still can. Speed limit, once the green flag drops, is 80 kilometers per hour, so make sure you catch up now and close all the gaps. Starting speeds will be looked at by the stewards. So will the gaps.
Let's do it. There's a bit of
And make
confusion
sure to
behind.
wait for the game to give you the green flag. Good luck, drivers, and please take care.
Green light, go, go, go. Car on the left, clear on the left. 1.
Okay, so Rumbaut's got fucked already. Damn it.
Copy.
Is that gonna be a warning? Accidentally got a bit too tight. I guess not.
83.
Wasn't even off track apparently.
Copy.
Okay. Let's go! Thank you, Mojo. This first fast right-hander is gonna be interesting. Always tough with cold tires, cold brakes. Okay, but that was actually really nice. The feeling and the execution. This one is gonna be troubling. Yeah, as you can see. It's a bit too wide. As you can see, can't really go flat there. On the fuel, on the full tank, at least most of the time. Sometimes, while still on fresh tires you can. That is risky. Okay, I want to build that gap.
Copy 79.
I don't know who 79 is off the top of my head. Yeah, damn. Car just is monitoring. But I don't have a valid lap set yet. Basically any track limit violation is gonna be a warning. So I need to be quick to set a proper lap.
Copy.
Damn, look at that. Okay, Rumbouts did not get fucked after all, but people in front of Rumbouts did. Now Rumbouts is in 4th, with already a huge gap down between him and P3. Interesting. Man, we understand. Okay, that wasn't a very perfect lap, especially at the end, but it was valid. 3.7, okay. Definitely building a gap. I wasn't expecting that to go so well, but we'll see. We just need some time to more up, maybe. Usually, driving the Porsche in the race is much easier than in quali. The Porsche, well, being a rear-engine car, is super rear-heavy, which is not great for overall balance. But in the race, with a lot of fuel in the front, it kind of balances it out and makes it a lot more drivable.
Copy.
That's the guy with the quali ban. Yeah, Vinogradov looks uncomfortable in the 3rd sector. I have no idea what my rear is doing, but I didn't like that one bit. I've already turned my brake balance up. Are you serious? That was not off track, you clown game, okay. I guess we're gonna have to be a little more careful then. But I mean, it's always gonna happen in the first few laps. That's the classic. Especially if I'm involved. To just brake a little earlier. Things are gonna really get interesting once the sun comes down, because it's gotta be harder to see the track limits and all that.
Yellow flag is set to 1.
5. Copy.
Right-hand tires a little high on pressure, but not terribly. I don't know why that is. Oh, smooth. Improved on our fast lap, that's nice.
Well done, Blaine. Fastest lap of the race so far.
Yeah, a little early on the brakes. Doesn't feel bad at all. It's pretty annoying being too early on the brakes in quali. Because the car is much more eager to turn in and you're very likely to cut the corner a little too much if you're too early on the brakes. But in the race it's a little friendlier. Okay, gap is looking nice. I really wasn't expecting that, judging off of Vinogradov's quali performance. Maybe it's the cold temps that are giving him trouble. Or maybe he's just saving his tires and then striking when mine are going down. We're gonna do a tire stop at the halfway mark. Maybe a few minutes later. Pretty much the standard strategy, I would say. Unless, you know, things change drastically. And they're forced to do like an undercut or something. Okay, improved again. Tires feeling nice so far. We're only 11 minutes in though.
Good job.
It's not that much. They've got to come down at some point.
5. Copy. 13.
No,
Yep.
not my spiritual brother. Cuthbert. That's what you get for stealing my 13. Nah, I'm kidding. I let him have the 13. I went with the 100 for my team. the rate at which we're gapping Vinogradov is definitely slowing down. That was a little early on the rigs. Yeah, you can start the tires losing a little bit of grip. But all within measure. It's a very tough track to be consistent at. Maybe it's the consistency that's biting him. He only needs to get one good lap in quali. Now he has to do it again and again. But so far, he seemed pretty consistent in the race. Also, than quali maybe even. There's a chance consistency is gonna bite me at some point as well, but for now, I'm just gonna keep focused, keep doing my thing, keep extending that gap. Interesting, okay. But, too early on the brakes in this corner.
'83.
Copy.
Getting that first sector right requires you to be very, very close to the track limits, which can really bite you in the ass. And since we're already on 2 warnings, I don't want to risk anything.
75.
I still want to keep 1 warning for after the pit stop.
Copy.
We're a third of the way through our first stint. Tires still feeling alright. We can notice them, you know, losing just a tiny bit of grip. But I can keep up with it. I have no idea who that is, but 15 seconds hurts. It's not a great first sector. No clouds, no rain in sight so far. Rumbout is very, very slowly catching Fredriksson. Not really fast enough to be able to do anything before the pit stop, I'd say. Or even in the pit stop. It's costing me a little time, but I'm basically lifting every single time I go through that penultimate corner. Just to be 100% sure. There might be a few instances in there where I wouldn't have to lift. Might get another 10th out of it, but not worth the risk. Man. Already getting very understeery in the first sector. We're up to 7 seconds to win the crowd off, which is nice. Lap 75, getting a big old penalty. I'm catching the back markers quite quickly, but still good amount of space between us. Yep, you can see the understeer firsthand now. God, that was an absolutely horrible first sector. Let's learn from that. I want to keep expanding that gap. Because we have to follow up a good lap with a bad one. Still a decent end to the lap. What the fuck was that slide? Alright, I guess if we don't understeer in this corner, we oversteer in the one before it. We're just gonna start hemorrhaging time in the first sector now, but we're gonna have to get used to it. Almost halfway through the first stint. Maybe the backmarkers will let us wait long enough to pit before we have to start overtaking them. There are a few very nasty places track where you really don't want to have to overtake a blue flagger. Or just come up on a blue flagger, not even necessarily have to overtake them. You're gonna be stuck behind them, or you're gonna do something risky, and I'm not gonna do something risky. You can see it's getting quite dark already. I mean, it's already 9:30 almost. It's gonna get pitch dark by the time we're in the pits. Another 15 seconds for 595. Ugh. Don't be doing what you do in 595. Almost wanted to slide away again. The track is definitely getting slippery. Not just the tires. Because I mean, the temperature is low. It's not incredibly low, but still, as it gets dark, the track might get a bit slippery. The sun is no longer there to, well, help evaporate any dew or something. Or driver sweat, driver tears, maybe. It's gonna become a lonely race if we're gonna be here out by ourselves the entire time. At least we have the track limits to give us company. Or the track limit warnings. Quite a bit of lifting involved in the first sector, at the end of the first sector now. The car is definitely starting to feel more on edge. Let's hope that's really mostly the tires. And less the track. Because I would be looking forward to some fresh tires, fresh grip on the pit stop. But super fresh tires on the Honda tend to be squirrely as well. Which combined with a squirrely track could be tough. We'll see. Road is cleared. Oh yeah, someone already got a track limit warning. Wait, does that mean if we do get a track limit warning, what is it, 10 seconds? Yep, looks like it. That would be far more welcome than a drive-through. can build that gap. We've already almost built it. But it's definitely looking like Vinogradov is better on the tires than we are. God, the rear end in the first two corners is horrible. You have to be so careful on the steering inputs to not make the rear end come around. Liters to go. Oh, 8 seconds to the first back markers, but they have already been in the pits. They are fighting. Or are they? No. Dawson hasn't been in the pits, I believe. Hearn surely has, because Hearn is a pretty, yeah, he's a pro. So Hearn is gonna be past Dawson in just a second, but then we gotta get past Dawson. That's definitely gonna spice up the race a little bit. And well, we are gonna have to get through Hearn as well. But I imagine that will be a little further away than Dawson. I have to start focusing on braking a bit earlier in turn 1. I think Vinogradov might have made a mistake. The counter is up to 11, which I like to see. Rumboats still a little bit away from Fredriksson. See if anything comes of that. Okay, Hearn is past Dawson. Now, inexperienced back markers in the dark having to let people past on this track. Let's see how that's gonna go. I don't know how inexperienced or experienced Dawson is, but there's definitely some inexperienced drivers in here. I've seen that before. Abel's still in the pits. Okay, so at least we won't have to lap him. For now. Interesting. Definitely early for the pits, but could work out in a successful undercut. Who knows? For this track, you just have to be like a machine, like clockwork. Find a rhythm and then stay in it. So, someone taking you out of the rhythm. Which, man, Dawson is gonna be ahead of us on the straights. Let's hope he just lets me through.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Okay. Fuck me, that was very, very scary. I don't know if that was me being a little distracted or if that was the dirty air that made my rear come around. That sure was a nice slide. Okay, let's get back into the rhythm. So you got about 15 minutes left before the pit stop. Still some life to be gotten out of these tires. Terrible. Hey. Well, thank you, but thanks for the offer. What? Sadly, my shoulder isn't good. How about not racing today? So no racing this week. Alright. What happened? Hope the shoulder gets better soon, mate. And hope you can get back to racing. But man's being responsible, which is good to see. It's definitely starting to get tough. I think the track is playing a part in it. Okay, Hearn, not the greatest pace right now. So I definitely have to get past him soon. But he does have some experience, so I hope it won't be too difficult. But he'll know where and how to let us past. And so that 20 seconds to Brioso, and I'm definitely gonna pit before that. Arthritis, really? Oh, that's not great. I hope you get that in check. Oh, dirty air is big here. Dirty air is very big here. Thank you very much, awesome guy. That was a very nice way to let me through. Didn't lose me any time, didn't lose him a lot of time. We're still slowly extending the gap to Vinogradov. So 15 seconds for 8. People are being naughty here, which is understandable. It is a track that produces good racing, but there's a lot of opportunities to run into people if you're not quite on point. Yeah, the tires don't feel good. Sick leave this week from Burke. Alright, that's sweet. Enjoy your time off. Okay, we've now fully reached the night. It's pitch dark. I guess there's still a little bit of light in this direction. But that's not really useful. Times are suffering. Both our tires and the track is getting slower. but we've got, I want to say, 4 or 5 more laps. You want to pit a little bit after the main crowd, so we don't get stuck in any traffic, and we have the time to spare. We have enough of a gap behind to not worry about being undercut. Gods, just brake. One job. And by that I mean the brakes, not the car, because the car has many jobs. Yeah, car is getting tough. But we need to hold out a little longer. I don't know why I can brake later for that, but I can. God, that was terrible. Just stay in the rhythm. Hold out until we can dive into the safety of the pits. Oh, nice Alpha Sim Sport Porsches today then. Well, there is one Porsche. It's not this Alpha Sim Sport one, but it is on my timing screen, and even though the gap is looking pretty nice, I am keeping him in my eye. But no Alpha. I would have preferred an Alpha Porsche instead of Vinogradov. Because he sure is keeping me on my toes. Vinogradov is catching us right now, that our tires are on our last leg. Which is not surprising, because the Porsche is better on the tires. Basically any car is better on the tires. Why did that stop so suddenly? The car is getting just really awkward. Hard to predict. Porsche also hard on tires. In my experience, not so much. I'm a lot easier on the tires in the Porsche than the Honda. I mean, partly that's gonna come down to personal preference, or, you know, just personal driving style. I think in general, the Honda is famous for eating those tires, more so than the Porsche is. Fuck you. Oh, unbelievable. That must have been a millimeter. Okay. Now we know what to do. I'll do 2 more laps. And after that we better be clean on the tire, on the track limits. Until the very end. We have the time to spare. increase the gap to Vinogradov again a little bit. I really shouldn't be this focused on the gap. I should just be focused on staying clean, staying consistent. But this is one of those tracks where I have the least experience on. I mean, I haven't driven here in over a year. Okay. At least one more lap. If the lap goes well, then I'll do another one. Because I want to minimize the chance for traffic. Nine-hour Kyalami last Sunday. Kyalami is really tough on tires. In Kyalami, the difference between people who are good on tires and people who are bad on tires is tough. I am terrible on tires at Kyalami. Till the tires die. Yep, that's what I'm feeling right now. I'm gonna be honest. But we've got one more in it. Okay. Car did not want to turn there at all. Unfortunately, no time gains. Gap to Vinogradov still looking good. Even if he pits now, not gonna be a problem. This is gonna be our in lap. Gonna put in just a few more liters. For added safety. Because we don't really need to worry too much about the pace. Vinogradov did go into the pits. Be careful with the limits. Thank you for the tip, Marius. Thank you. Gonna have to be careful, especially when coming out of the pits. Okay, let's go in. And of course, he goes in as well. Okay, but he knew what he was doing. He didn't hold us up. Very good. Okay, he's gonna stop earlier than us, I'm pretty sure. Hopefully quite a bit earlier. Now please stop. Yeah, okay. It's still good enough. Okay, very careful stop. Let's get me some new tires. Who's that Porsche that just drove past? Okay, we had a brief yellow. Now white, so someone has fucked something up. Okay, I guess the drive-thrus aren't cleared. Because I've just seen someone with only one lap remaining on the drive-thru. Okay, we're now down to P3. So people are drawing their pit stops out a little, or drawing their first stints out. But we're coming out into this place. Okay, completely different car. Feels so different. Let's do it. Last 40 minutes. Can't see Vinogradov right now in the Delta. Let's be careful with the first right-hander. I have no idea what the corner's called, I'm just gonna call it the right-hander. Yeah, the car is so much more responsive. Steering feels so much more direct on the straight. Okay, but the car is still understeer. That was very close to track limits. Way more turning. So it's gonna be tricky to get used to this. But we can do it. I have no idea if these guys have already pitted or are pitting soon. Could imagine there's a few people drawing out the first stint as long as it goes. Not that that's the smartest idea in the world, but it's possible. Guess we're looking at P6 right now, okay. So he is still quite a bit away from us. Nothing really changed in the pit stop. Same strategy, which is what I like. So we're gonna do the second stint a little more careful than the first one. Maybe not as fast, but I'll take care. We've got some gap to burn if we have to. Have to get through Öberg. Probably this lap. I really don't want to be behind him, the left-hander. Because dirty air there is a bitch, and the Honda is a bitch in dirty air. Yep. But we are going to be behind him, but we are far enough away that dirty air shouldn't be a huge problem. We'll see how quickly he goes through it, so maybe he's gonna... Oh! What a guy. Awesome. Beautiful. I would turn on my indicators for him, but he's already so far away they probably wouldn't see him. But yeah, it's definitely not just my tires. Oh, he crashed. God damn it, so he spun. It's definitely not just my tires that were going down in the first stint. It's the track as well. I guess Boschat is going to the end. Well, not to the end, but to the end of his fuel tank. maybe he tried something weird and only fueled up. Who knows? Would be smart, I believe. But I mean, if you're in a desperate situation, might be worth a try. Okay, Nemeth, the 8th. 25 seconds of penalties. Not good to see. Because I want to get past him in one piece. You know, Misano has good track lighting. Misano is built with the ability to host night races. So the lighting is decent, but it's still very, very tough. Especially without a lot of practice. And it's definitely straining your eyes to stay focused here. But 35 more minutes, we can do that. 17 seconds to Vinogradov, okay. Basically leave that as it is. Who's Jack? Right behind Vinogradov. I don't know if that's because he hasn't pitted yet. Or if he has pulled out a mega pit stop or something. Or, you know, area around the pit stop. A bit of an undercut, who knows? Back in the 33s. That was my only goal for pace on this stint. Now I can take it easy. The car definitely feels a lot better than it did at the end of the last stint. But still, you can feel that the track is getting slipperier. And the night is, you know, now making things easy even with all the lanterns. So I'm not taking the perfect line every single lap. I'm not picking the perfect braking point, acceleration point. I'm mostly doing what feels comfortable, what feels safe. So pace might suffer a little, but we can afford that. Left tire is a little low on pressure. I did turn up the pressures. Our pressures on this second stint are one click higher than the first stint everywhere. But I guess that's not doing much in the night. Bad lap, but who cares? Okay. Oh. Thank you very much for that. Bit of an awkward place to let me through, because now I have to lift. But that was nice, nonetheless. Okay, now Dawson very soon, again. I don't know if he hasn't pitted or why we're lapping him again. Pretty sure it's not because we're lapping him a second time. Now he's in front of, he's not last. Oh, well, he is last. I think one or two people I think have dropped. The 16th car in the race is the safety car. Is he landing us past? Bit of an awkward position. Oh god, no. This is not good.
Car on the right. On the right.
Okay. Well, we made it alive. It was scary. Didn't look like he had much of an idea what he was doing. Lapping Abelstead soon. It's P10 already. And the P9 is still quite a bit away, fortunately. And P9 is Boschet, which, or who I know to be a experienced and pretty strong driver. So not looking too bad right now. And Fredriksen's still out. Fredriksen might do something weird. He has to come in very, very soon. We're already past the 1 hour mark. He doesn't have that much fuel. He might genuinely be trying to only do a splash and dash. But right now he's not really a danger to us, I would say. Turning up the brake balance another little bit. As the car is getting into its I want to slide on the braking phase again. You know, it's not easy, it's not fun driving with 3 track cuts on such a track. But I'm doing that to myself, so can't afford to complain about it. That was weird. Car didn't turn. Yeah, the car is getting pretty oversteer already again. Coupled with a truck. Not an easy beast to drive right now. Thank you very much, Abelstead.
Here on the left.
Very inconsistent right now in these conditions, but it's understandable, I would hope. Yeah, sometimes good laps. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. That's what the laps are like right now. Same goes for the car, really. Car feels hard to predict again, but out to the track mostly. If you're wondering, by the way, why I'm constantly just saying the same shit over and over again, I'm basically just saying what I'm thinking at that time. That is basically how you have to operate when trying to talk while racing. Basically just say what your mind would say either way. So, if I wouldn't be talking to you guys, that would be what would be going through my head. That the car feels hard to predict, that sort of stuff. And since I am talking to you guys, I'm just saying everything out loud. Fortunately, that hasn't gotten me in trouble yet, because I haven't said anything completely stupid. But we'll see. Mostly my mind stays on racing. Okay, last couple laps. Increase the gap to Vinogradov, which we don't even really need to do. But that just means we can be even more careful with future back markers. Well, not even back markers at this point, but any blue flags. They're coming up on lapping P8. Fredriksen's still out. He can't go to the end. He has to stop at some point. 90 minutes, not possible. Unless he just puts it in map 8 on the last like 5 laps and comes home like a minute off pace. P7 gotta drive through, that hurts. I'm really wondering how we can be so much faster. Well, not so much faster, but you know. In quali, we're only a 10th faster than Vinogradov. We didn't do our best lap possible, and who knows, maybe he did. But still, the Porsche is an absolute beast, tricky beast, deadly beast to drive in quali on empty fuel. So, it says a lot about his car control, that he can do that sort of pace in quali. And then once it comes to repeating that, even in a car that's easier to drive, right now it's getting a bit better for me. I don't know, maybe he hit 3 warnings very early and just decided, you know what, I'll take it easy. Really is an interesting mystery when P1 will come in. Now, well, that mystery has been solved. I honestly doubt it was worth it, Mr. Fredriksen. But we'll see. Somehow the knight makes things easier, and that left-hander for the back straights, you know, makes it easier to take that flat. But I think that might just be because I'm slower in the corner before. Not feeling a huge amount of tire degradation, at least in terms of pace. I think it's mostly that I had to spend a little while getting used to the car early on when I got the new tires that I didn't really hit maximum pace. And now I'm a little closer to maximum. Okay, yeah, track limits definitely are not refunded. That was RTO doing that, right? I remember. OOR only refunds or changes pit speeding penalties, because otherwise an SG30 is just, you know, too harsh for the crime committed. Not in real life, maybe, because in real life you really don't want to speed in the pits. That is an asshole thing to do and an unsafe thing. But in the sim, not as much of an issue. But the game does automatically give you either a drive-through or an SG30, depending on how heavily you were speeding, for those wondering. Yeah, this lap isn't really going to plan. This lap isn't really working out. You see, that's the problem in the dark. Sometimes braking markers just jump on you. And you brake a tiny bit too late. You know what? TC3, fuck it. I'm tired of this oversteer. We're getting on the exit of corners now. So TC3 time it is. Good pace, good pace. You say that during my most terrible lap in a while, but I appreciate it. What are you doing? Ah, like to hear that, Marius. Thank you very much. Pace is not really the objective, it's staying safe. Staying within the track limits. Just coming home in front of Vinogradov. Now the P7 guy has turned in his drive-through. So no, Boschert. I still don't know if it's Boschert or Bosscat. Dutch is weird. So now he's up into P7. And quite a big gap to P6. So we probably won't have to lap anyone else. Oh, give you 1 second. This is not a great time to check the chat, but we're getting to a straight soon enough. Moritz! Bored yet? I don't know, are you bored? How's the incidents going? I'm definitely not bored, by the way, because I'm on 3 warnings since a while, so that's something you have to keep in mind. If one day the next 15 minutes you see that drive-through popping up, you know I've done fucked up. But thank you very much for the sub, mate. Appreciate it. Actually watching the race now, that's something. Was it that bad? I didn't hear that many call-outs, and I'm not seeing that many penalties around me. I imagine it's better than Brands Hatch. Let's see if we can get around Bosch shirt soon, without giving you a reason to get back in the office. Nothing since lap 10. Oh, sweet. Alright. That's what I like to hear. I'll tell you, these things are not easy to drive right now. I think most people are just trying to stay safe. The track has very low grip now that the sun has gone down. So people are content staying behind and just waiting for the other one making a mistake or getting a drive-through penalty. That's why I'm not in the race, probably. Oh, if you can chat, you can race. That is a dangerous thing to say. Leave the man with his arthritis alone. Okay, let's hope we can get past Boschert without, or before we get to the infamous corner. Please? Looks like it. Awesome guy. Thank you very much.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
've basically been... Are those signs always there? Maybe I'm starting to hallucinate. 13 more minutes, come on. Got this. But yeah, basically matching Vitogradov now, which is fine by me. Gap is big enough. Priority is staying within the limits. Pain after Kyalami was horrible. Aw. Take your time off, mate. No racing. Just typing. $14 truck limits. I don't off the top of my head know who the 14 is. And 22 as well. A double whammy. Looks like we do have to lap someone else. Because we're getting up on Öberg and Dawson. And Cairns now. Let's see if he comes out of the pits in front of us. Here we go. DT time. What has happened there? Oh, I don't like seeing that. Stay on your fucking track. Keep those spinning back markers away from me this time, please. Wait, oh, the safety cars left the server. So we do still have 16 people. Alright. Didn't even notice. Oh, they're getting past Öberg very soon then. Definitely not before the infamous corner. But I don't think we're close enough to worry too much about the dirty air. Still, I'm just gonna be slow and steady. And then we'll see if we can catch up to Dawson at some point. We've left everyone up to P6 now. Well, I don't feel like my pace is good. I mean, it objectively isn't that great, but not really focusing on pace. Oh. The lights of another car get you out of your rhythm so easily. Imagine that would have been the drive-through. Yeah, that is a smart place to do it. Thank you very much.
Copy. Copy.
Okay. Enough stream watching. Back to work. Moritz. Brioso. Only got 9 minutes left. Come on. Let's bring it home. I'm in such a comfortable position. I just have to not be the dumbest motherfucker in the world. And get home without another warning. I've done it for the last, what, 40 minutes? Easy. Got more than enough fuel, but that is what I like to see. Well, not what I like to see, but you know, that was intended. You rock, you can do this. Man, that is some beautiful encouragement there. Which I very much appreciate. Thank you very much. Shame that Vinogradov is still going strong in P2 and Rumbaut's in P3, because I'm still behind both of them in the standings after, you know, the famous first round, first 2 races. Okay, please let us through. Awesome. Thank you very much, Mr. Dawson. Let's hope that was the final one. It's actually interesting. I feel like I'm so slow. I'm so inconsistent, so safe right now. And still the times aren't horrible. I mean, the track still is fast. The track is super cold. The track should still be optimum, I believe. It's just also slippery. But if you get things perfectly right, you can still get some proper pace out of this. And I think being a little more safe and steady on the second stint has saved our tires a little more. Okay, Hearn's about to lap Ippolito. Let's see. Might still get close enough to Ippolito to have to lap him, but we'll see. Shouldn't be a problem. I think Ippolito knows what he's doing. Just keep between the lines and you will be fine. If only it was as easy as that. But I mean, that's essentially what I've been doing the last few minutes. So that is also what I can keep doing until the end. 15, alright. For the number 8. So the boss has done his job. Slapped someone on the wrist. And let's get to the end. Car is getting very understeer at this point. So all of those places where it's easy to get a warning on the exits are treacherous now. The infamous right-hander, that corner leading onto the back straight, and the final corner, and the penultimate corner. Oh yeah, we're catching Ippolito quickly. Probably will still get past him. Also because he probably won't be wanting to do another lap after we've already finished. So he might let himself drop behind us, no matter what. Man, the honesty here is getting really tough. Gone are the days of easily going through their flat. But only 3 minutes to go, 2 more laps. Gap to Vinogradov has stayed pretty much exactly the same. Which is fair enough. Ippolito! Ooh, Ippolito getting a 15-second penalty. I better be kind if we get to lap you. Interesting, there was only one call out recently. So what has happened there? How have both of them? Oh, yeah, 2 people gotten a bit of a slapping. Okay, penultimate lap. Steady home. Genuinely, such a fun track. Well, not such a fun track, but it is a fun track, and it is especially an exciting track. Also, there's so many hard braking zones that I'm genuinely feeling my braking lag a little bit. More so than on basically any other track. Okay, might not have to lap him after all. We'll see. Only if he wants to let himself fall back. Okay. Final lap, baby. Let's bring it home.
Alright, we've just started the final lap of the race as Ava. Bring it home.
Go, go, go. You know, does that make you an unobjective race director? If you're cheering me on. How does that work? But I appreciate it. Okay, I think Ippolito is letting himself fall back a little bit, so he can get lapped. Doesn't have to do another lap. Let's just make it safe. Bring it home. You have 20-second lead, so no need to push it. Go, go, go. Thank you very much. Just a few tricky corners left, but we're taking things easy here. We're even going super deep into here, because I didn't see the braking line. Okay. Guess he doesn't wanna wait after all. Well, enjoy final lap, Mr. Ippolito. We are home! Hell yeah, beautiful.
Excellent job, mate. B1. What a race. Well done.
Nice, that was tense. Definitely tense. Exhausting. Exhausting track. And a tense situation. B1, baby! Awesome. Thank you very much for the encouragement, Marius. Only because of you. Only because of you is that we brought it home in P1. Now let's see. Let's get my stream deck up here. Which is frozen. Great. Fantastic. Alright. So I'm gonna have to do it manually in the chat. But from what I can tell, the bot is probably still dead, so I have to wake up the bot and then add at least 2 wins to him. I don't know if we've missed any other wins, but probably only 2, I think. Haven't won much recently, because I've only been doing super high level endurance shit. But it's nice to be in sort of a medium league with some people that definitely keep you on your toes, some people that you have to be careful when lapping. It's a nice environment. Nice friendly people, all that stuff. People I have a history with, where I got my sim racing start. Not just ACC start, just sim racing in general. First ever time I had a league... God damn it. First ever time I had a league race.
Give it all you can.
Alright, everyone. That's it for this
we go.
Misano night
Was
race.
in the OOR Rookie
Beautiful
Series.
close racing. Couple of incidents, but after lap 10 or so, we've seen plenty of very close and very clean racing.
Nice.
So, good job, everyone. Good job, Simon. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much.
So, first of all, next week we're off to
My hands? I definitely
which
feel my
I think
hands.
is only the
Or my,
second time we're
forearms.
running this beautiful track in the sprint series. So, look forward to that. For tonight, please hand over your Motec data, the podium sitters, so car 100, 144, and 1, as well as car 13
going
and
here. What
car
does that mean?
24.
Are you never going to race OR again?
As
Why?
you may have seen during the first half of the race, we had to hand out a couple of penalties.
I'm probably
we
going to go
didn't
back
have
to
any,
commentating
major incidents,
or
just
stewarding
some
after this one.
escalating penalties.
But it's nice to have been back.
Due to repeat incidents. As always, you should have gotten a ping or a DM with the penalty that was assigned to you. So within after 3 hours after the end of the race, up to 48 hours after the race, you can use the protest bot that you can find in the Discord to launch a protest.
I'll just wait for him to
in
finish
case
before
you
I
want to protest a
radio on to
penalty,
someone else and do my little
or you
outro.
feel like we might have missed
By the
something. So
I've
just
missed
make sure to
something.
check your
Stuck under the
your
mic for a
pings, your
second.
notifications.
I don't know why
and
I
check
keep
the
forgetting about
replay,
it.
and
But
just
let's
head
see
to the protest
if we can find it real
chat
quick.
room, where you will find all of the instructions. Protests are looked at by a different set of stewards, so you get a third or fourth or fifth opinion. So make sure to use it if you feel that it's necessary.
Nothing yet.
There
There we go.
That,
There she
thanks
is.
everyone for racing tonight.
How do we hold
I
this?
hope we
There
get a
go.
little bit
Yeah.
bigger
Nope,
turnout
other way
next
around.
week again. It's also holiday season, at least here in
Tiny
Germany.
little Misano.
Not sure how it is for you.
Minuscule
It'll be
Misano.
better next week.
I've been meaning to like
Any of those drivers who got
put these
penalties,
things somewhere
especially
up
the
here
newer
maybe
drivers, don't
during
get
the race,
discouraged. There weren't any
which
terrible
is probably
incidents.
still
We
too
just,
small to see. And it's
we have
also
a little
at a
harsher
stupid angle,
penalties
and it's probably
this
gonna
season across
fall
all
down
regions
during the race. So
due to
I'm gonna have
feedback
to,
we received from the drivers. So
you know,
don't feel
come up with
discouraged,
something
and,
for that.
I hope to see you all
but
next week
for
in
now,
Stettin.
tiny little Misano. Let's
Thank you, mate.
get a little
See you
bit
tomorrow.
closer.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Let's
guys.
mirror it.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Good race. See you next time.
Bye bye.
Okay. That's the end for me. That's the end for the stream. It's been a pleasure to have you guys on board. It's been
Did you say
nice.
car 24 to submit Motec?
it's been
Yes,
it's been a
correct.
nice one. It's been exciting. It's been good to see you guys in the chat, cheering me on. I appreciate that. So thank you very much for the cheers, Marius, Moritz. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the sub, Moritz, and thank you to everyone else who was sticking with me around here. And oh, there we go. That is perfect. How flawless is that, Mr. Cesarus, a seaman. A man at sea, a man who works on a cargo ship, who's been out in the ocean for months, has just come back and has gotten himself a Logitech G29 to play Euro Truck Simulator with, or American Truck Simulator, sorry, which he is now doing. So give Cesarus some greetings. Let's see how he uses his G29 to do something less less taxing than sim racing. And, well, either way, I have to see you guys soon. Until the next time. It's been a nice one. Have a good evening, have a good night, and I'll see you. Have a good one.